Episode 23, Rising Tall. Tel Aviv's skyline is changing rapidly. Recently, the skeleton of a new skyscraper called ToHa 2 has reached its 75th floor. Not yet completed, it can't officially be called the tallest building in Tel Aviv. But still, the 75th floor of ToHa 2 is now the tallest point from which one can look over the Tel Aviv metropolitan area. ToHa 2 is the second office building erected as part of the ToHa complex, the name being an abbreviation of the nearby street, Totzeret Haaretz, from Hebrew, produce of the land. It's a well-known tagline, Totzeret Haaretz, celebrating the output of local architecture and local industry. When completed, ToHa 2 is expected to rent out several of its floors to Google. Indeed, multinational companies appreciate the local ingenuity, putting up their Israeli headquarters and research and development centers right on the street named to celebrate local productivity. Actually, ToHa 2 won't last too long as the tallest structure in Tel Aviv, since another skyscraper being built these days is expected to surpass it in the coming year. The Spiral building will be the most recent addition to the Azrieli complex in Tel Aviv's central business district. Azrieli complex already saw two of its buildings pick up the crown of tallest building in the city. The Azrieli Center Circular Tower, completed in 1999 with 49 floors, and the Azrieli Sarona Twisting Tower, completed in 2016 with 61 floors. The Azrieli Spiral building is expected to breach the 80-floor mark in the coming months and to be completed in 2026. The changing skyline of Tel Aviv is an omnipresent visualization of the prosperity that the city has seen in recent years. Indeed, in the past 2 decades or so, the Israeli economy has matured into a high-tech-driven ecosystem, justifying its nickname, the Startup Nation. The dozens of skyscrapers which were built in Tel Aviv in the beginning of the 21st century, and more now under construction, now house Israeli companies and, better yet, house Israeli workers, with more skyscrapers now being built for residential purposes. I was thinking about how Tel Aviv topped the list of tallest buildings in Israel almost exclusively since the completion of the Shalom Tower in the 1960s. Standing on the edge of Herzl Street, the Shalom Tower held the title of tallest building in Israel for 30 years. Now, this title shifts from one skyscraper in Tel Aviv to another every few years, or even, as is the case now, every year. Being the business capital of Israel, no wonder that the economic bonanza seen across the country is even more evident in Tel Aviv, rising tall above all other places. My name is Tomer Shlush, and I've been guiding tours in Tel Aviv since 2008. I started out of fascination with my family history. The Shlush family was one of the founding families of Tel Aviv. My ancestors built this city, and I'm telling its story. The best way to get to know Tel Aviv better is by purchasing one of my audio tours. Here's one way to do just that. Hershele Delicacy is located on Jerusalem Boulevard, the palm-dotted main walkway of Jaffa. It's a family-owned business that has become a cornerstone for residents of the area. Owners Tzvika and Olga moved to Jaffa with their son when he was diagnosed as a child with special needs, looking for a school most fitting to his needs. They brought with them a special interest in slowly prepared condiments, such as jams and ferments. Other delicacies made in their shop include all sorts of cheese, pickled fish, artichoke spread, and more. After dropping at Hershele, perhaps in the afternoon hours, you'll be ideally positioned to start my audio tour at the American-German colony of Jaffa. The starting point is next to Gesher Theater, also situated on Jerusalem Boulevard. This audio tour guides you through the very first settlement built outside the walls of ancient Jaffa, and retells the unusual story of devoted Christians who built their homes here with the hopes of finding salvation. It's a bit off the beaten track, so it's a great fit if you're not keen on visiting the more touristic sites of Jaffa. During this audio tour, I'll guide you past the wooden-looking balconies that hint at the original timber homes built by the Americans. You'll see the houses that passed from American to German ownership and visit Beit Immanuel Guest House, formerly Hotel du Parc, where Kaiser Wilhelm II once stayed. The tour also includes the main Friendship House and the Neo-Gothic Emmanuel Church, all while telling stories of devotion, love, and sometimes naivety that shaped this corner of Jaffa. You can make sure you've downloaded my Jaffa's American German Colony audio tour before you head out, or you can download it on the go if you're set with a data package allowing for uninterrupted internet access. There's a link in the show notes to purchase my audio tour, A Jaffa Tour, the story of its American German colony. If you have any questions, you'll find all the ways to contact me on telaviv.tours. Tel Aviv is one word, no space, no hyphen. And there's a link in the show notes for your digital convenience. Last week, I began my series on the city's drinking culture. If you're coming over to Tel Aviv next month, August 2025, you'll surely appreciate my what to drink recommendations when temperatures rise to 32 degrees Celsius. That's almost 90 Fahrenheit. In case you missed it, pause here and go back to the previous episode to hear part 1 of the list I made for you. When you're ready, here's part 2. Number 1, limonana. This slushy mix of crushed ice, lemonade, and mint leaves was born from a marketing stunt performed in 1990s Tel Aviv. An advertising agency created bus ads for a fictional soft drink called limonana in order to demonstrate the effectiveness of publicizing a consumer product on buses buzzing through Tel Aviv. When customers actually looked for the non-existent beverage promised by the advertisements to be green, refreshing, and tasty, it was only a matter of time before demand was answered with supply. Today you'll find it in many restaurants and coffee places in Tel Aviv, with the lemonade base combining sweet and sour and the mint leaves providing the refreshing cooling effect. The name is a portmanteau of the Hebrew words for lemon, limon, and mint, nana. While traditionally non-alcoholic, creative bartenders now offer spiked versions with vodka, tequila, or the classic edition of arak. Number 2, Gold Star. Israel's unofficial national beer, Gold Star, is an amber lager that has become as much a part of the landscape as hummus or the beaches of Tel Aviv. It offers a malty, easy-drinking experience that works perfectly in the Mediterranean climate when chilled to the right temperature. Available on tap at most bars, and it's the Israeli go-to beer. You can get it in a plastic cup in kiosks operating on the beachfront for controlled price. It's worth mentioning that glass bottles are not allowed on the sandy beaches of Tel Aviv to make them as safe as possible for beachgoers. Another way to enjoy a Gold Star beer, as the locals do it, is to buy a bottle at a grocery shop, preferably when going for a walk along the beachfront promenade or along Rochelle Boulevard in the early evening hours to start your night out. Number 3, fresh juice stands. While cocktails and spirits dominate the nightlife, Tel Aviv's juice stands offer nature's own mixology during daylight hours. Creative vendors blend everything from pomegranate with ginger to watermelon with mint. At the Carmel Market, juice maestros create custom blends on demand, mixing tropical fruits with local produce. Other great juice stands operate on the fashionable Schenken Street and classy Dizengoff Street. Health-aware Tel Avivians are prone to queue at the juice stands in the morning hours after their gym sessions. These vitamin-packed concoctions provide essential hydration during August's punishing heat while letting you enjoy the bounty of Israeli agriculture. My personal favorite is a mix of frozen strawberries, bananas, and dates over milk, but you can mix and match most anything that suits your preference. Number 4, the cocktail revolution. Tel Aviv's cocktail scene has evolved from basic mixed drinks to world-class artistry. Imperial Craft Cocktail Bar has been included in the bars category of the prestigious World's 50 Best Awards. The newly opened Jewel Bar further cements the centrality of top-notch cocktail bars in Tel Aviv's drinking culture. Both are located on Hayalkon Street, overlooking the Tel Aviv beachfront promenade, but you'll also find cocktail bars in other places across town. On Dizengoff Street for 2 to 3 cocktail with bartenders clothed in traditional attire, and the less sophisticated and more easygoing concierge bar. All cocktail bars I visited in Tel Aviv also have a fantastic eating menu as well, making them a complete culinary experience. Number 5, Milk and Honey Distillery. Israel's first whiskey distillery was opened in 2013. Located in an industrial area in southern Tel Aviv, this pioneering operation has put Israeli spirits on the global map. Their single malt whiskey, aged in the Mediterranean climate, develops unique characteristics different from Scottish or American varieties. The intense heat and humidity create rapid maturation, producing complex flavors in shorter timeframes. Beyond whiskey, Israeli distilleries now produce gin infused with local herbs and vodka from local grains. These craft spirits represent an innovative approach to tradition, taking global classics and adding distinctly Israeli elements, now available in bars in Tel Aviv. As August temperatures continue to soar, Tel Aviv's drinking culture offers endless ways to stay refreshed. From fresh squeezed juices at bustling markets to craft cocktails that rival any global capital, the city's beverage scene tells the story of its diverse influence and innovative spirit. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear from me again when the next episode comes out next week. Until then, I am Tel Aviv tour guide Tomer Shlush, signing off and hoping to see you soon in Tel Aviv.